Hi everyone and welcome back. My name is Kit and today is Saturday, April 4th, 2020. So I am home alone right now and I want to take advantage of being home alone and share with you guys what I have done so far this week. So thank you for joining me here in my YouTube studio. And I am sitting on the floor right now, so bear with me. I tried recording sitting in a chair and I just couldn't do it. So I decided to bring everything down here with me. It's a lot more comfortable. But I have some finished crocheted objects, some objects that I have been working on in crochet, and then some knitted objects that I am working on. So I just want to share with you guys what I'm doing and then what I plan to do, because I did get a new toy. I'm excited to show you guys, and it's sitting right up here on my table. So I will show you guys everything, and then I'll show you guys what I want to work on today and tomorrow. So first thing I have are hats for Hat Not Hate that I have finished. And the first hat is this one here. It's just the basic beanie, and this is using the Lion Brand Ferris wheel. Everything is double crochet until you get to the brim, and the brim I did 5 rows of half double crochet. And I had 1 cake of the Lion Brand Ferris wheel. I finished 1 hat last week, and this is the second hat that I have finished using that cake. So 1 cake made 2 hats, which I'm okay with. I love the yarn. It's super soft. It's thinner than what it says on the ball band, but it still turned out really nice. And someone will enjoy that hat. And then the second hat I made is the waffle stitch beanie. This is a tutorial by Fiber Spider, and I think it's one of my favorite tutorials for hats anyways. And it turned out great. And I can't wait to send my hats to Lion Brand, and I'm up to 10, I think. So 10 hats so far. I plan on trying to crochet or knit at least 2 hats a week. Hopefully I can get a bunch of hats sent to them before the deadline. And then the second object that I have finished is my Dragon Belly shawl. So last week I talked about the Dragon Belly shawl and how I started it. It was almost done actually. I needed maybe like 20 rows left to do, but now it's done and it is gorgeous. It is huge and I love it. I love the yarn. The yarn I use is Stitch Studio by Nicole Cotton Colors, which is 100% cotton. This yarn is really nice and the shawl turned out great. So I have a really short neck, so the shawl might not look as good on me, but I love it either way. It's gorgeous and I love the pattern. It was really easy to follow and I have nothing bad to say about the pattern or the yarn. It's nice. And I will be wearing this shawl around, and I need a haircut, but I can't go anywhere because everything's closed. So there's the shawl. It turned out gorgeous, and I will be keeping this one for myself. I also am working on another shawl. I'll show you that before we get on to other things. This is the pattern that I downloaded off of Ravelry. It's a free pattern. It's called the Brunin shawl. And I started this shawl using the other cake that was gifted to me by Rose from Rose Likes Crochet. Hi, Rose. And Rose, we plan on meeting up again, but I don't know if we're able to. I think April 26th was the day that we were supposed to meet up, but I think we won't be able to leave the house, and I don't think any yarn stores will be open, so we will have to postpone that again. And hopefully we can get together soon once all this is over and do some major yarn shopping, because I am itching to go yarn shopping right now. But this is the yarn that I am using to make that shawl. And the yarn is gorgeous. I love it, but either I'm not reading the pattern correctly, but it's not working out. So my stitch count doesn't match. Like, my stitches don't match up. Once I get to row 3, which says to chain 4 double crochet around the chain, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next chain, chain 1, skip 3, and fan into the next. So that's the repeat right there. But I'm supposed to do 2 repeats until I get to the middle section, so to the spine section right here, but I am only able to do 1 of that repeat before I get to the middle section. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm supposed to do row 1 one time, row 2 one time, and then row 3, but I think I might need to do row 2 twice. So I will try that, and if it still doesn't match up, then I'm going to not work on the shawl and then I need to find another shawl pattern to use that yarn for. So if you guys know of any awesome shawl patterns, please let me know. I will definitely try it out and hopefully it works out, but this is not working for me, so I will not be making this shawl with that yarn. I was watching Lynette from Charmed Grammy Crochet, so if you don't know who Lynette is, I will link her channel down below, so please check her out. She used the same yarn and made the Anna Lucia shawl. I think it is a tutorial on YouTube by Wilma Westingberg, I think it is. If not, I think you can get the pattern on Ravelry for free and download that and print it out. I think I will try that. If I can't find another shawl pattern, I will try to make the Anna Lucia shawl. If that doesn't work out, I can always go back and make another dragon belly shawl, because this one turned out really nice. And I plan on, because Rose gifted me that yarn, I was going to make a shawl and send it back to her for wings. So Rose, you will be getting a shawl pretty soon, maybe 2 shawls. But I will donate that shawl. Whatever shawl I make, I will donate that to Wings to help out the Wings Foundation. So that is it for shawls. Now let's get on to my crochet blankets. A few weeks ago, I showed you guys a blanket that I started making. This is using yarn. The green yarn is from Ice Yarn called Wool Viscose, and then the white is a Karen Cotton Cakes. So I started this pattern and I don't like it, so I am frogging that little by little and caking up the yarn, and I started another blanket using that yarn, and this is a V-stitch pattern. So I definitely like the way this one is turning out. It's really pretty, and I'm changing colors every row. And this one looks way better than the first one. So I'm definitely frogging this and using the yarn and working it into this blanket right here. I started this 2 days ago, and this is how much I've gotten done. So I think by the end of April, I will have this one done as well. So I will be working on that, and it works up quickly. So I think hopefully in 2 weeks I can get it done. Finish up my rows. I have 4 balls of the Ice Yarn Wool Viscose and then another cake of the Karen Cotton Cakes, and I will try to use that up and finish the lapgan and crochet a border. Also, last week I talked about this granny square blanket that I started like 6 months ago, and I ran out of the white yarn, which is Lion Brand Pound of Love. I actually placed an order on Joann's last week, and I placed an order for 1 skein of the Pound of Love so I can finish this blanket, and then I ordered some other stuff as well, but I'll show you guys when that all comes in. And I didn't really want to finish this blanket at first, but you guys left awesome comments on my last video and encouraging words and positive words, and I just want to say thank you so much, because now I am motivated to finish this blanket. And for someone had asked about the join that I am using, I actually don't know what it's called, but I watched Krista from The Secret Yarnery, and she made her mile-a-minute throw for her chair, or cover for her chair, and whatever join that she used for that is the join that I used for this. So I will find that video and I will put a link to that in the description box below. So if you guys are interested in the join that I used for this blanket, it's the same join that she used for her mile-a-minute throw or chair cover. And I think that's it for my crocheted objects and projects that I want to work on, so I'll set that aside. On to my knitted objects. So I don't have any finished knitted objects this week, but I do have a hat for Hat Not Hate on my needles right now. And I just want to let you guys know that I tried the magic loop and I couldn't get it. I was so disappointed. So I will try again. I'm going to finish up this hat real quick, hopefully this week, and then I will try the magic loop once again. And I will watch a different tutorial this time, and hopefully I will get it. But I tried it and I thought it was working, but then where you joined, or where you had the loop through, it was too far apart and I couldn't get the stitches to like be real close together. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I will try again and hopefully this time will be successful. But I'm not giving up on that because I definitely need to learn it, because I don't have any DPNs and I don't know how to use DPNs. So if I do buy DPNs, I have to learn that as well. So I might as well buy the magic loop because I already have the needles and the cord for that. Anyways, let's go on to my other knitted project. This is a project that I started last week. It is a blanket for my niece, Kaylee, whose birthday is sometime in August. I can't remember the date. But her sister's birthday is also in August. And then my sister-in-law's birthday is in August. And then also my father-in-law. So we have 4 birthdays in August. And I can't remember the dates. So that's probably really bad. But this is the blanket so far. Last week I casted it on stitches. And then I knitted up to the start of the pink portion. And now I am here in the coral or peachy portion. And it's working up quite nicely. I am still on my 1 cake of yarn, and it's halfway. I'm halfway there, and I'm going to finish this, and I have a total of 4 cakes of the mandala yarn that I can add to this blanket. I don't know how big that's going to be because this is already half a cake, so I might need to add another cake or 2 to make this blanket a little bit longer. It is pretty wide. It's wide, as wide as my wingspan, but I want it to, I mean, she's only 6 years old, or she's going to be 6, so she's not, you know, she's a small child, but I just want this blanket so she can kind of grow into it as she gets older. So that is my knitted projects that I have been working on. And let's go on to my Premier order. So I placed an order for Premier a few weeks ago, and my order did come in last week, but I wasn't able to hop on and show you guys. Although I have not been working as many hours, I have been busy. You know, we're homeschooling the kids now because of everything. The schools are now closed until April 30th for now, so that's 3 weeks away. And I've been helping my kids with their schoolwork online, and it's been a challenge. We have 2 computers in the house. So the one that's down here in my craft room, Madison uses for her schoolwork. I don't have to help her as much. She's 10 years old, so she understands it. But I do sit in and listen to the teacher, you know, do her thing on the computer and teach the kids. So I listen in on that. And then once she gets to her homework section, I leave her to do that. So she's pretty good on her own. It's Sage that she needs help with, and she's doing, there's an app that you download on her tablet. She has an app on her tablet that she works on with her schoolwork, and I do not like that app whatsoever. It's called Seesaw, or Seesaw Classroom, and I don't like that app. And she has to, you know, use her fingers or a stylus to write sentences or to write her numbers, and the tab, you know, it's like an 8-inch tab, I think, and her chubby little fingers, it's hard for her to write numbers and to write her sentences on there. So I'm having a difficult time, but we're working through it. But enough of that. Let's go on to my Premier yarn haul. It's a small yarn haul. It's nothing huge. I think I spent less than $50. But I wanted to place this order because I needed yarn to finish up this blanket that I showed you guys before. And I started this blanket, I think 6 months ago for Madison. And it's so small right now. And this is already using 3 cakes. But I'm using a shell pattern, and it uses up a lot of yarn. I wanted to frog this and do a different pattern, but I like the way this one is turning out. So I will keep on with the pattern, and I ordered more yarn for this. And I ordered 3 cakes. Now this is my first time ordering from Premier. So I didn't realize that if you order in sets of 3, it comes in a bag. So next time I know, I will keep in mind for next time when I order again to order in sets of 3. So it'll come in the bag. But this yarn is the Sweet Rose Sprinkles. And the first 3 cakes I bought, I actually bought from Joann Fabrics. So I went back a few weeks later, and they didn't have this yarn on for sale anymore over there. So I couldn't get it at Joann's, and then I looked on Premier website, and that's the only place where I can find this yarn. So I ordered 3 more cakes to try to finish up that blanket. And once the 3 cakes are gone, That's it. I'm not going to order any more for that blanket. It's just going to be a small lapghan for her. Madison's tiny anyway, so it's just something that she can throw on just to keep her warm if she's up in her room in her papasan chair reading, or, you know, playing games on her phone or whatnot. But it's just something small enough for her. So after the 3 cakes, I'm done. I'm not going to order any more of that yarn for that blanket. And then the other yarn I ordered is this one right here. And this is Premier Yarns Wool Free Lace. And I have never worked with this yarn before, so I'm excited to work with it. It is, let's talk about it for a little bit. It is a Superfine #1. So I'm excited about that because I like lighter weight yarns. It is very stretchy and sparkly. Can you see the sparkle there? It's very pretty yarn. And my plans for this is to knit a shawl. It also has 448 yards, and I have 2. So that would make a decent sized shawl. It is 88% acrylic, 7% PBT, which I have no clue what that is. I should have looked it up first. And then it is also 5% metallic. So let me pause this 1 second. My camera is dying. Let me just charge it. Sorry about that, you guys. I should have made sure my camera was charged before I started recording. But anyways, let's go back to talking about this yarn. It is the Wool Free Lace, and I am going to knit up a shawl. So I was talking about all the specifications, so let's get back to that. It is 448 yards. The weight is 3.5 ounces. It is a 100-gram ball. 88% acrylic, 7% PBT, which I don't know what that is, so I had to find out, and 5% metallic. It is really soft, sparkly yarn, and it's stretchy, and I have 2 skeins, and I will be knitting up a shawl. So I can't wait to get started on that, and I don't know when that will be, but maybe soon. And then the main reason why I wanted to order from Premier is right here. They have a new yarn called Sweet Roll Frosty. And if you guys watch Glenda from Creative Grandma, you will have seen that she did buy some as well. And I bought 2 in this colorway. And the colorway on this is called Marzipan. And it's really pretty pastel colors. Reminds me a lot of spring. And I can't wait to use this yarn. It is soft. It feels just like the other Sweet Roll here. And I like this just because it has the stonewashed look to it. And it's really pretty colors. Like the specs and everything are the same. I didn't tell you the specs on that, but let me go ahead and tell you on this one. It is 100% acrylic. It is a medium 4 weight. It recommends a 5.5 millimeter knitting needle and crochet hook. And you can machine wash this on warm and tumble dry normal. There are 245 yards. The colorway on this one is Marzipan. It is made in Turkey. And it's nice. I love it. So 2 cakes of that. And then I also bought 2 cakes in this colorway here. And this one is called Slushy. And these are $4.99 per cake. And I bought 4 cakes. Let me see if I can hold up all 4 cakes. And I am planning on knitting a blanket with these. So I don't know, that probably doesn't really match, but I was just going to alternate the skeins or the cakes. So I was going to knit these 2 and then go back and put in this color and then go back and do this color. That was my plan. And if Hobby Lobby ever opens, I know they have their I Love This yarn, and they have yarn similar to this. So maybe I can add a bunch of different colors, buy a couple skeins just to add more colors to this blanket. So that was my plans for this yarn, and I won't be casting on stitches for a little while. I have so many projects as it is. I want to finish up some of my projects that I have going, and I want to crochet up some shawls to send to Rose for wings, and then I just have lots of things to do. So are you guys ready to see my new toy? So not this weekend, but last weekend I went out and I bought a new sewing machine. I had mentioned before that I haven't sewn since I was 18, so that was over 20 something years ago. And it's been a while, so I'm trying to get used to the machine, so therefore I haven't showed you guys yet. But I want to sew up some face masks, and I have fabric here. And if you go to the stores right now, and even if you order from online, like I placed an order at Joann's with the yarn, I bought some fabric to start my project bags, and a lot of the prints were sold out, so it's disappointing. But these were some of the prints that I was able to get, and this is what I'm going to use today to sew up the face mask. So I already washed this and I ironed it, and this is going to be the outside of the face mask, and this is going to be the inside. And then in between those two layers, I have this muslin fabric that I was going to just put in between these two prints right here, and I thought they go well together. These two go very well together, so that's my plans. And when you go to the store right now, they don't have elastic at all. It's all sold out because everyone bought them all. So I was thinking of a different way to like tie the masks to your face, and I can either make ties from this fabric here, but I was digging through our junk drawer. We have a junk drawer in the kitchen where we put junk. And you know, like when you buy new shoes, they usually come with like 2 sets of shoelaces. Well, I found brand new, never used shoelaces. We always keep shoelaces in there for some reason. So I have a ton of shoelaces that are just sitting there, and they're brand new and never been used. So I was thinking about using the shoelaces as the tie for the face masks. So, and then my husband has like old shirts that like he can't wear anymore or doesn't want to wear. So I was gonna cut up the t-shirts, and I will make him face masks from his old t-shirts, and then I will make myself a face mask using this fabric here. And a lot of the fabric that I have are more on the feminine side, and he didn't want that, so I'm just gonna use a couple of his old black t-shirts to make him a couple of black face masks. So I will do that, and then I will use the jersey or the knit fabric from the t-shirt to make his ties for his face masks. But for mine, I think I will be using either the black shoelaces or the gray shoelaces that I have here. So that is my plans for today. I already washed and ironed the fabric, and I just need to cut up the pieces, and I will be sewing up face masks today and tomorrow. And then as soon as they're done, I will just hop on and show you guys real quick what they look like. So let me turn my camera to the sewing machine and show you what sewing machine I bought. So give me 1 second. So this is the sewing machine that I bought a couple weeks ago, and it is the Brother SQ9285. It is a sewing and quilting machine. I just like that it has all these different stitches here, and I like this extra platform that came with it. So if you're sewing a bigger project, you have a bigger space to sew your project with. And I like that it has the measuring tape right here as well. So I'm getting used to it. It's a new machine, and the only machine that I've ever sewed on was a really long time ago, like over 20 years ago. It's an old machine that my parents had. So I'm excited. I started doing a couple of little swatches yesterday, so I'm excited to get started sewing these face masks up. So yeah, that is my new sewing machine. I can't wait to start using it. So let me flip that camera around and I'll finish up for this video. So that's my new machine. I am loving it so far. I have to get used to it, and I can't wait to get started on working on some projects. And then hopefully in a couple weeks I can start on the project bags that I wanted to sew and put up on Etsy. We'll see, because I still need interfacing, and I ordered that online and I'm waiting for it to come in, and apparently it's not coming in until I think the end of April or early May, so I have to wait for that. And then I also ordered more fabric. You know, like you go to the stores right now, like nothing's open, and even if you go to Walmart, their fabric section is like cleaned out. So what I did was I looked on Etsy, and there's this shop called, I think, Cute Little Fabric Shop. I'm not sure, but I will share that link down below if you guys are interested. But I went on her Etsy shop, and she has a ton of cute fabric. So I ordered, I think, 6 different types of fabric, And then that order should be coming in next week, I think, either next week or the week after. But I just placed that order today, and it's Saturday, and she doesn't ship out until Monday. So if she can get my order processed and maybe shipped out Monday or Tuesday, I should be able to get that order in like next week, the end of next week or the beginning of the week after. So we'll see. And I can't wait to show you guys the fabric. And I definitely want to start, I don't need a new hobby because I knit and I crochet all the time, but I definitely want to start dabbling in a little bit of quilting maybe, since I bought a quilting machine. So I can't wait to get started. I'm gonna keep busy and try to keep my mind off things. But thank you guys for watching. It's been a very long video and I apologize. I hope you guys are having a great day. Be safe. I will sew up some masks. I want to make sure my family's safe, and I want to protect everybody else as well. So thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. If you want to, it's up to you. You don't have to, but if you want to, I'd greatly appreciate that. I will see you all next time. I have to hop off here, and I have to go pick up my daughters when my husband gets home. He should be home in about an hour or so. So I need to clean up because it's a mess down here. Yarns everywhere. But I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.